Erik ten Hag clearly made a series of mistakes that led to Manchester United's loss against Brighton. Mason Mount has sustained another injury, and the severity is not yet clear. 1. Ten Hag made too many mistakes. In the 79th minute of the Brighton vs Manchester United match on August 24, 2024, in the second round of the Premier League, coach Erik ten Hag surprisingly substituted Bruno Fernandes for Scott McTominay. This decision turned out to be a disastrous mistake that led to the visitors' collapse. Hard to understand ten Hag's decisions. Without Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United could hardly do anything. In the 95th minute, the Red Devils conceded a goal, leaving East Sussex empty-handed with a 2-1 defeat. Just a week earlier, there was a glimmer of excitement for Manchester United after a victory over Fulham. However, everything returned to the usual reality just 7 days later. It's hard to find mitigating circumstances for Manchester United's defeat to Brighton. Erik ten Hag must take responsibility. The Dutch strategist made too many mistakes in personnel management. People wonder what Marcus Rashford has that is different from Alejandro Garnacho, yet the English striker continues to start. Aside from 2 offsides, Rashford was virtually invisible during his time on the field. He had 0 goals, 0 assists, 0 shots on target, and 0 crosses into the penalty area. That was Rashford's record against Brighton. In the victory over Fulham a week earlier, the English striker also had a very bland performance. In the 72nd minute, after coming on as a substitute for Rashford, Garnacho scored against Brighton. But unfortunately, an ill-timed touch by Joshua Zirkzee meant that Manchester United's goal was disallowed. However, this moment speaks volumes. Rashford has been at a low since last season, while Garnacho has emerged as a new force on the left wing. Yet, in both matches against Fulham and Brighton, coach Erik ten Hag trusted Rashford and only brought Garnacho on in the second half. In the Community Shield match, Garnacho scored the opening goal. In life, sometimes it's not about how you start, but how you finish. From Wembley to the American Express, Garnacho has made a strong impact when he appeared on the field, suggesting to Erik ten Hag that it's time for the left wing of the team to belong to him. In The Independent, journalist Miguel Delaney wrote, after 2 matches with the same starting lineup, it's not hard to see that Manchester United looks more dangerous with Garnacho on the left wing than Rashford. Meanwhile, journalist Jonathan Wilson, who was at the American Express to report on the match, said Rashford gives fans a very genuine feeling about himself, that he is out of place in the world and no longer deserves to start. Rashford finished the 2023-24 season terribly, and his form was lackluster at the start of the new season, missing opportunities against Manchester City in the Community Shield. Confusingly trusting Rashford blindly, coach Erik ten Hag continues to leave many questions unanswered when he only introduced Zirkzee in the second half. Despite participating in Euro 2024, the Dutch striker was not a frequently used player. Theoretically, he was fit enough to start. Against Brighton, Zirkzee's presence made Manchester United's attacks brighter. His good fitness allowed the former Bologna forward to consistently pressure Brighton's defense, significantly disrupting the opponent's play. The climax of Erik ten Hag's mistakes came from the decision to withdraw Bruno Fernandes from the field when Manchester United needed a goal. Without the Portuguese midfielder, the Red Devils seemed to lose their sharp claws that could finish off the opponent. It is worth remembering that it was Bruno Fernandes who assisted Garnacho in the goal that Manchester United had disallowed in the second half. The expression on Bruno Fernandes' face showed astonishment. He probably couldn't believe he was being taken off the field. Former midfielder Owen Hargreaves commented on the moment Bruno Fernandes was substituted. The fall before Brighton pushed Manchester United back to a similar situation as last season. After one victory, they immediately fell to the ground in the next round. The new season has only been 2 rounds, but Erik ten Hag's seat is starting to heat up. On September 1st, Manchester United will host Liverpool at Old Trafford. Will the coming days be enough for Erik ten Hag to recognize his mistakes and carry out timely repairs? 2. Mount injured again. Speaking to TNT Sports after the match, Coach Erik ten Hag said he had some issues and clearly something wasn't right. We know Mount's history injury, so we took him off. I don't know how concerning Mount's condition is. I can't say at this point. But I think the club has a good enough reserve squad... So, I decided to pull Mount and bring on a player who could impact our attack, ten Hag added. Before leaving the field, Mount was effective in pressing and helped United exert pressure on Brighton's defense. He touched the ball 21 times and achieved a 93% passing accuracy for Team 15's passes. However, the former Chelsea player's contributions to United are minimal, mainly due to frequent injuries. Mount only appeared in 20 matches last season, including 5 Premier League starts, scoring once. According to Goal, Mount's record over the past 2 years is 2 goals. Before joining United, the English midfielder only played 22 matches across all competitions in the 2020-23 season. In the 23-24 season alone, Mount missed 147 days and 27 United matches due to injuries. Mount has yet to justify the £60 million United spent on him. 3. Manchester United defended like amateurs. Despite spending £120 million to upgrade their defense this summer, Manchester United still made regrettable errors in their 2-1 loss to Brighton in the second round of the Premier League. In the first conceded goal, Harry Maguire failed to intercept a pass from João Pedro on the right, allowing the ball to reach Kaoru Mitoma in a favorable position. The Japanese player then passed the ball across 3 United defenders for Danny Welbeck to easily tap in. A forest of Red Devils was present in the box, but none could spot João Pedro in the 90+5 minute goal. As many as for red-shirted players were drawn to Simon Adingra's dribbling. With just a well-timed cross, Pedro was free to comfortably head the ball close range, securing a 2-1 victory for the Seagulls. Pedro's goal reminded of United's habit of conceding in the final moments last season, similar to Bernardo Silva's goal in the Community Shield earlier in the month. At that time, United's defense was unfocused, allowing Silva to head in an equalizer, leading to a shootout loss against Manchester City. At the Amex Stadium, United had numerous players in the box yet defended like amateurs. After spending nearly £120 million on new defenders this summer, United's defense should have been more solid, journalist Chris Wheeler wrote in the Daily Mail. In fact, new £59 million signing Lenny Yoro is out for 3 months due to a broken foot. However, the duo of Matthijs de Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui, costing £60 million, were present on the field when United conceded the second goal. Statistics from Opta show that United have conceded the most goals after the 90th minute since the start of the 2020-23 season, more than any other team's 6 goals. In the previous 30 seasons, United had only lost twice in Fergie time,